Welcome to your feature presentation, the podcast where we bring you the latest and greatest movies in pop culture. Today is all about Star Wars. We're going to talk about the last movie that came out in theaters. We're going to talk a lot Mandalorian. We're going to talk about Starfighter, the TV shows, the current state of Star Wars. My name is Heath Fall.
And I'm Andrew McKay. One of my favorite things to talk about right now is Star Wars TV shows. So we'll hit on some movies, and I will wax eloquently about some television series from Star Wars.
That you will. Wax and wane, if you will.
Hey, good Brandon Sanderson reference.
And you know who also gets that joke? Our special guest, Joey Halleck. What's up, man?
I am so pumped to be here. This is awesome. I love talking Star Wars. I do appreciate Brandon Sanderson. I love your guys' show, so thanks for having me on. It's fun.
Yeah, of course, buddy.
excited.
It's been a while. Last episode, I think the last one was the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. I think that's the last episode you were on. We did that bonus
we recorded
episode.
that after the theater.
Yep.
Yeah, we did talk about that. And then the one before that was the hot garbage or not with
Yeah,
the
The Last
yeah.
Jedi.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, let's just kick this off with, we're going to talk about the movies coming out. So, May 22nd, The Mandalorian and Grogu movie.
Heck
Got a
yeah.
couple trailers directed by Jon Favreau. I'm excited to see Star Wars in the theater, but I am a little apprehensive because of the underwhelming trailers. I feel
Hmm.
it looks like, to me, just another season of Mando, which I love. Season 1 and 2. Season 3 for me was a bit shaky. So where are you guys at with just the excitement of Mando?
Yeah, I am excited to go, like you said, to a theater and see it. Some specific things that make me more interested are Jon Favreau being the director. I think Dave Filoni is an incredible showrunner. I think he's an incredible writer for long-form stories, and we just haven't seen him with the chance to genuinely direct a movie, a Star Wars movie yet. So if it was Dave Filoni, I would be a little apprehensive, but I know Jon Favreau to be a pretty good director, so that is encouraging to me. I am caught in between, as far as excitement for trailers, I'm caught in between two realities. One, oh, sorry, I punched my mic.
Yeah,
One
punch it.
reality, punch it. One reality is something that we talk a lot about, Heath, which is trailers revealing too much. And the other reality is, why are you releasing 3-minute long teasers, calling them trailers, with no meat and no information or context for what is the story? Why am I interested in this? And I feel like Mandalorian and Grogu is kind of pushing and pulling me in this weird space where I don't want to know the whole synopsis of the entire movie, because I hate that. I hate when a trailer ruins the whole thing, but there's been no substance. I don't know what is the objective. Who are these people and why are they important? Why should I care about them? So I will go see the movie, and I hope that they make a good case and they have a good story to tell, and that it's not just a re-edited next season of a TV show, and that it's
Yeah,
a bit more than that.
There's some theory to that there was season 4 in development, and then they're like, no, let's make it a movie. And so I'm a little concerned about that. I do think it's going to be fun. I like not knowing a whole lot about the plot. There's a lot of speculation that something's going to happen to Grogu, and then Mando has to go like save him, find him, and that's like the point of the adventure. And then he grows a little bit. But I hope that with it being a movie, not just a series, it doesn't feel like a condensed season 4. I hope it feels like a really long, good episode of The Mandalorian, like a feature film should. Like, I don't want there to be too many things that are left unresolved, because I would like them to also keep making the TV series. So I don't know, like, I want it to do really well, but I don't want it to be like, okay, now we get a Mandalorian Grogu movie every 3 years. I still really like watching that show. Besides, season 3 was definitely my least favorite. Not that I hated it, but it was definitely below the quality of season 2 in my mind. So I'm a little nervous there that maybe this will be the new thing, and now we don't get a season 4, season 5, or
Yeah.
anything. It's a show
Th-
or a
That is
movie.
interesting. I hadn't considered that they would continue with the story. For some reason in my brain, I went, okay, 3 seasons, and then we get a movie, and those
Well, 6
characters
seasons
are
in a movie, obviously.
6
That's how we
seasons in a
roll.
movie.
That's right.
Yeah, I figured that we would, after we step into movie realm, that the show would end, I guess. And
Yeah,
season 3 felt really weird with its closure because it wasn't called the last season, but it was like, oh, you're really like trying to tie things up in a pretty bow in a weird way, but not telling me like this is the end. So I hadn't considered that there could be another season. That I think would be cool. I would like that.
Do you think Moff Gideon's gonna be the big bad of the movie? You think there's gonna be like, well, he never really died, or a clone is alive, one of them survived, and he's gonna reprise the role?
Yeah, I hope not.
I
To be
kind of
honest.
want. I kind of want a new villain too. I kind of want,
Yeah.
like, he was awesome, and I love Giancarlo, but I really would like a different. Like, it doesn't always have to call back to the thing from season 1. I was like, oh man, that was so cool when he did that. It's like, now it's 3 seasons in a movie later. I don't need you to keep calling back to the same bad guy. Let's move on
Yeah.
a little bit.
Even just using him to establish more that there is cloning outside of the clone troopers, I think did its purpose. That was fine. So Heath, what do you got?
Yeah. No, I think I definitely want a different villain. They haven't really showed anything story wise, but it's weird because I think Star Wars is a thing that, like, I think the Force Awakens trailer is perfect. It teases awesome images. We know it's Star Wars, so we're just ready to go. And then we want to find out what happens. I mean, you guys remember that trailer? Like,
Oh yeah.
just seeing the crash Star Destroyer, seeing Kylo Ren with a cross guard lightsaber, and we're just like,
You're
what
like,
is
"What?"
that?
Yeah, there's
And
been
like,
an awakening. You're like, oh my
yeah,
gosh, what
have
is
you felt
happening?
it?
Oh
And
yeah.
it's just like,
Oh, it's so good.
and then obviously like Han being like, Chewie, we're home. And it's like, that's what they want you to feel. Like, we're back. We're back to, especially at the time with a lot of the prequel hate, which I'm a prequelist, but we're going back to practical effects. We're going back to the vibes of the original trilogy. These are X-Wings again, kind of thing. This trailer, I feel like, did really neither. It didn't give a story, which I think was to what Andrew and I prefer as well. Like, don't give us the entire story. But the visuals are not enough to get me pumped because it looks like
You mean
what
that
we've
absolutely
seen.
jacked hut wasn't enough to be like, I want to see what's happening over there?
Yes.
What is that? Is that Stinky? Stinky McGee?
Yes.
I am excited to see the sumo wrestling huts. That will be
That's-
fun.
Okay, but like, how do you knock someone over if you're sumo wrestling as a hut? Like, they've got a pretty big base. Like, I feel like they don't fall over easily.
How can
you
you
know?
tell they're on their back or not?
Yeah, exactly. Right? So
I'm
wait a
hopeful
minute.
that it's just a fight to the death and that
But
one will be dead.
they just-
Yeah.
Oh man.
How would
Yeah,
you
that would be-
decapitate a hut? Where does that lie? Above the arms, I guess. I
That's
don't
kind of
know.
like, where would a dog put their belt if they wore pants? Would the pants go over the back 2 legs, or would the pants go over all 4 and the belt goes across their body? How do you
Wow,
decapitate a
That
hut?
is I never thought about that. Now I'm gonna
Oh,
have nightmares.
sorry.
Or just I'm like, I
You're gonna
can't sleep
ponder.
tonight. What are you doing? I'm thinking about where would a dog put his belt if he wore pants.
That's
Oh.
we don't even have time to dig into all that.
No,
Ah,
that's a
jeez.
theological
So
question.
I don't know. So I do think that's there. I feel like I'm middle of the road, honestly, for the excitement with this movie. Jon Favreau, that's awesome. I'm really pumped about several things like that, but I just don't feel like this is really going to. I don't know. I haven't been given enough to be sated by it yet. I'm like, I wish if they had shown us 2 lightsabers connecting, like
Yeah.
if they had shown like an army of Mandalorians for a second, if they had shown like a starship battle, or like some like things that are like Star Wars is back in the big screen.
Do you think they're gonna
know?
do something like season 2 and have a surprise Luke cameo?
I don't know. It seems like they should. I mean, this is a
Because
movie.
that was like
and
out
this
of
is-
nowhere.
Yeah.
They didn't say anything. No hints.
That was a really
leaked.
good secret.
they had him listed as Plo Koon, the Jedi, in case there was leakers.
Eh.
They had
Yeah.
it listed as Plo Koon was going to be the Jedi, and then it was Luke. So that was, I mean, can they fool you twice with Luke? Is that possible? Are they gonna do
Ooh.
surprise
Luke
with
showed up.
Luke? It's possible.
Did Luke show up? Was that season 3 or was that in Ahsoka?
That was
That
Boba
was season.
Fett, season
Boba
2.5.
Jeez.
Book of Boba Fett, season
Okay.
2.5
You're right.
when Luke showed up.
That's
And
another
Poor
thing I did
Tamira
want to.
Morrison. That guy got screwed with his TV show.
Oh
He's a
my
great
gosh,
actor.
he did.
Yeah. I love. Okay. I just feel like that was such a weird thing because the Book of Boba Fett was such a half of it I adore, and then the other half is like, what are you doing? And then also they snuck in 2 awesome episodes of Mandalorian in there.
It should have gotten in
And-
season 3.
Yeah, and
the
that would
intro.
it's like the best Mandalorian episode of that time period
Mhm.
is in the Book of Boba Fett. So weird, but I don't. And then I do think that's the thing too with Mando. I was like, that's one of my favorite episodes when they start off with like, how do I purify, my
Best car. Yeah.
unorthodox ways? And it's like, you have to go renew. It's like, but that's gone, and blah blah. And then they have to fight for the Darksaber, and then he's like, hey, I need a ship. And then the episode is just the initial fight, and then he's just like souping up his N1 starfighter. Like that's a great event TV. That's a great TV show, and that's stuff you only get in TV shows. We don't have time to spend 30 minutes on where did Mando get his starfighter in a movie.
Yeah.
Which is like that's cool for both. Like in a movie you don't want to slow down that much, but I love that we have that for him, So it's kind of a bummer we won't get some things like that from Mando,
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be an event for me at least. Like I'm gonna go see it, obviously. Opening day. Well, I don't know if I'll go Thursday night or Friday.
Should we tell the masses what we're doing, Joey?
Well, I would love to. We're going to a super awesome after party, live RFR show in Cleveland,
Cool.
Ohio. We're going down there. That's going to be Saturday after the film opens. So hopefully we see it before,
Yeah.
either Thursday or Friday, and then we're going to go down to Ohio and hang out with a bunch of people from the RFR community, and then talk about it, do their live show, and hang out with their after party. So hopefully we've got amazing things to say, and it's going to be fun. But
Yeah.
either way, whether it absolutely is horrible or mid-tier or I love it, I'm going to have a great time. It's going to be
Yeah.
a very fun weekend no matter what. So it's going to be memorable. I'm pumped. I just hope it's exciting and fun, and they don't reuse a whole bunch of stuff. And Baby Yoda talking, that's gonna be like, they could do that really bad. They could make him suddenly
Mhm.
super cute to really annoying, or it could be done well, and it's like, oh, that was cool, that was funny, and let's just leave it at that. I just don't know yet.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm a little scared.
Yeah. So back to the trailer thing, because I like the reference to The Force Awakens. There's enough familiar content in The Force Awakens that made you go, whoa, this sounds incredible. This looks really cool. I think the moments that they tried that for the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer was like seeing his starship back. Not his starfighter, not the Naboo enhanced starfighter, but
Yeah.
I forget what that ship is called.
Razor Crest.
Yeah, seeing the Razor Crest. I think they thought that would be a Millennium Falcon moment. But,
Yeah, but it
everyone
doesn't
saw
have-
that and
It
went,
doesn't have 40 years of history. like it's this
Yeah.
big thing.
they saw it and they went, how does that ship exist? It's completely obliterated. Like,
Yeah.
That's the thing too. Is like it can't be. This was brought up. You talk about Rebel Force Radio. This was brought up on there. Is the fact that like we've probably spent more time inside the Razor Crest than we have the Millennium Falcon, just
Sure.
minute wise on screen. But this isn't the original Razor Crest either. We're also like, wait, didn't that blow up? It's not the Millennium Falcon. It's back. It's more
you
questions.
just got another
It's a
one?
clone.
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
another
it's
Razor
like-
Crest.
It's like,
As a
okay.
diehard fan, I'm like, wait, is
Know
that
that.
okay? And then like the stripes are brighter, so I'm like, is that a before shot? I don't think so.
There's going to be something where it's like, oh, I went back and I gathered up all the dust particles of the ship and I re-welded it together and like oh my gosh.
But he
it's
did that
actually
once
the original-
already.
That's
Like,
the original
That would
ship.
be a total recycle because he repaired the Razor Crest
Oh yeah,
beyond,
from nothing.
yeah, from basically nothing already in the show, and then it blew up again.
Yeah. And
So
that
I
was a gut
whatever.
that was a gut punch for me. Like honestly, when the original Razor Crest blew up, that
Yeah.
felt like a character death to me because I love that
Yeah.
ship so much.
That episode was so good though because
Oh,
Boba Fett showed up.
that was
Like
a perfect
confirmed,
episode.
like you thought you knew it was Boba Fett a couple episodes ago with the Spurs. So much speculation, and then you see Slave One fly in, and then the Razor Crest gets obliterated, and Baby Yoda gets captured, and that's where they leave it. You're like,
Yeah.
what? And you had to wait a whole week, and they didn't even rescue Baby Yoda the next week. You had to wait
Yeah.
2 weeks to find out how they're gonna
That's
save Baby Yoda.
like season 2, everyone talks about Luke, which is it's definitely the height for sure. But yeah,
Yeah.
that episode where it's just they're on like a dirt hill and Boba Fett shows up, gets his armor back. Yeah, the I don't even remember the Dark Troopers, right? Like come
Yeah.
down, like those are new. But then even the first episode of season 2 when they fight the Crate Dragon, it's amazing TV. It's just
Yeah.
it's so good. And so
Can't believe it. It was a
Yeah.
TV show. You're like, what the heck? That's so cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
So here's a question for you guys. We've had some really amazing Star Wars TV. Some of that Star Wars TV is becoming a movie. And we've not had a movie since 2019. Rise of Skywalker. Or no. Yeah.
The last movie.
Yeah. So how do we feel about the first original or the next original Star Wars story starting something brand new as far as a movie goes is next year? There's going to be 8 years between theatrical releases. Good, bad, what do you think?
That's a long time. I guess when Disney Plus was launched, because 2019, we had Star Wars, Rise of Skywalker, and then COVID happened because it was like December of 2019. So COVID happened very early, and they were in production of Disney Plus and The Mandalorian, but it didn't come out till I think the end of 2020, like October or November. And so, and there's been nothing since, but they've had so much content they've created. I don't think I've actually really thought about, wow, it's been almost 8 years since we had a Star Wars movie in theaters. I feel like there's been so much content, some good, some not so good in my opinion, that I haven't even really thought about the fact that there hasn't been the Star Wars anything in theaters besides re-releases of like Revenge of the Sith, which
Yeah,
is awesome
sure.
to go to.
And
But there's nothing new in almost 8 years. That's crazy.
yeah, I mean, like hopefully Mandalorian and Grogu is new and fresh, but those are characters that have been established and we know them already. So it feels like a special feature film type of thing. And what also I feel like lets the time pass in a good way, or like it doesn't feel like it's been 8 years, is shows like Andor that release 2 hours of content 3 weeks in a row, and you're basically watching 3 movies in a month, or if it takes you longer, then a bit longer. And that the Andor series is incredible. That is movie level, high feature film level storytelling. So I think that's what has satiated my my desire for new Star Wars movies, is clinging to Andor over the past 5 years. So
Yeah, I liked when we went and watched though the Revenge of the Sith re-release, Heath.
yeah,
That like I loved Andor. I loved both seasons. I thought they were really, really good. But watching it in the theater, big screen, the sound, man, that's like how Star Wars was designed. I really miss that when I watch Revenge of the Sith because I can watch that anytime I want. But it was so cool to see it again in theaters. I'm like, man. So I don't know. I'm really pumped, and it looks like they have a lot of movies lined up over the next couple of years, which is a little concerning because they're all over the place. It's not like they don't have an established saga anymore. Like here's episode, what would that be? Episode 10. They just say here's this spin-off, which I don't even know if you'd consider Mandalorian and Grogu a spin-off anymore. It's part of the mainstay of Star Wars, but and then there's all these other seemingly unconnected movies. Like almost every year there's supposed to be one. So it's like they freaked out. They did all these sequel movies way too fast, and they're like, oh no, we did it too fast. And then they did all the streaming stuff, and now they're lined up to do what, 5 or 6 movies in a row, like one a year for the next couple of years. I'm like, you guys didn't learn anything. So it's gonna be interesting. I mean, I am 100% Star Wars fan. I'm always for more Star Wars. I have to be excited. I just hope it doesn't become it's just a Star Wars movie. There'll be another one next year.
Yeah. So, Heath, you have a thought? If you don't, we're gonna keep cruising.
Okay, yeah, I've got a little bit
I don't
more
want to
to
step on
say
your
about
toes.
this. Yeah, no. So I think just real quick, I do want to say too that like, yeah, this whole Disney, like Kathleen Kennedy, the long may she not reign, has moved on
know.
from Lucasfilm,
Mhm.
and I'm really hoping we do get some little more concise planning. I mean, there still is and was like 5 to 7 movie projects in the works, and they just got jumbled around or delayed, and then we just stopped hearing about them. And I feel like they were too excited to announce them because they're Star Wars, but then nothing ever happened with it. We're still waiting for a Rey movie. We're still waiting for like a Rogue Squadron movie. We're still waiting for like all these random
Lando,
things.
like there was a Lando movie announced.
Yeah.
Like, what
A
the heck was
Lando
up with that?
movie.
Donald
Yeah,
Glover's
like-
Lando movie.
Yes,
Yeah.
like stuff that was announced, and which is crazy. There was like a new trilogy. There was like the Rian Johnson trilogy. There was the Benioff and Weiss trilogy. Like all this stuff was announced that was like, this is coming, and nothing has come from it. And I think it's kind of the same thing with Disney in general, because like a lot of stuff with like Marvel, they're talking about with all these like Marvel after scenes that don't go anywhere. Like all the end of
Mhm.
like Harry Styles is supposed to be in the MCU, or like Blade, or like, all these characters that they set up. All that was just from the Eternals. But anyways, you know what I mean? So um I'm excited too. So for those who don't know, so Bob Iger, the current CEO of Walt Disney Company, is stepping down on March 18th. So like within a week here of recording this.
Interesting.
And Josh D'Amaro, I believe, D'Amaro, is taking over, and I think that's cool for them as a company. He's a big Imagineer guy, so he's really into like the park stuff and like cruises and that kind of stuff. So I'm also hoping with some new leadership that also kind of changes the structure of how this kind of stuff happens. And obviously, with Dave Filoni is now the head of Lucasfilm, like the it's like president, creative director, or something like that.
Mhm.
Hopefully, this will be a little bit more streamlined, and we actually get new movies. So, yeah, that's what I have there. So I do have hope for the future, and I think I'm excited.
Yeah. The best Star Wars projects, I'll be honest with you, the best Star Wars that I've seen in the last 10 years has been television shows, their series. And I will add, the vast majority of them that stand out to me have Dave Filoni connected to them. Do I think that he's the savior of Star Wars and can do no wrong? No, definitely not. I think he has his limitations. However, he has proven that he can tell a really good and meaningful story inside of Star Wars that is fresh, exciting, and maintain the heart of Star Wars at the same time. That seems so complex to me, and if I just feel like he's got it down. So if he's connected to something, I think that's a positive.
Well, he's connected to everything, so it's like
right, yeah. So
yeah, like
that's
hopefully,
really great.
hopefully it's
But-
all good.
In my opinion, so an example of Dave Filoni being loosely connected to a series where someone else is the showrunner would be The Bad Batch. He is creatively connected in a large scale sense, but Jennifer Corbett was the showrunner for at least season 3 of The Bad Batch, which was amazing. I liked all of Bad Batch, but so he's done that well. He knows how to take hands off and say, I'm here to assist creatively, but you make this your own. And I don't know how to bring up the Acolyte, so I'm just going to say the Acolyte.
The Acolyte.
As far as I know, Dave Filoni was not involved with the Acolyte, and I really liked the Acolyte,
Ugh,
which is weird.
Disgusting.
know,
aware
that's
of
weird.
your horrible opinions and
I know,
false
I know.
confidence.
But listen to this. Listen to this.
I will say it was entertaining. I just thought it was kind of meandering and didn't go anywhere, and like some of the things were kind of dumb. But I watched every episode the day it came out, and I had a
Mhm.
good time watching it. It's just when I sat and watched it or thought about it and tried to rewatch it, I was like, the substance of what I really like, it just wasn't there. But the lightsaber fights were really freaking cool,
Yeah.
and
So
I like that era a lot too.
yes, High Republic. I hope we get more of. And what I find interesting as an Acolyte fan, what I find interesting is choosing Leslie Headland, whose top movies are The Bachelorette, Sleeping with Other People, and you say she is going to be the creative head, the showrunner for a Star Wars murder mystery. Okay, cool. Like, give people their shot, whatever, I guess. That's cool.
Yeah.
But then you have different directors and different creatives come in to do these little tiny arcs inside of Acolyte, like Alex Garcia Lopez. This is a guy from The Witcher, from The Punisher, from Daredevil, and he supplied the Acolyte with its greatest episodes, episode 4 and 5, Day and Night. That was Lopez. Why have such a jumbled mix-up of creatives? Because it doesn't feel like Leslie Headland had her overarching creative stamp on the Acolyte. It felt like each director that came in for a 2 or 3 episode run did their own thing, and that's why it's so weird and messed up. So I'm a fan of the Acolyte because I think I'm able to remove some criticism from it in a large sense, which I understand if people aren't like willing or able to do that. And just honestly, watching episodes 1 and 2, 4 and 5, 7 and 8, and that's like a great show.
Good, yeah, for sure.
Real quick, let's just pray together. The power of one. The power
The
of
power
two.
of 2.
The
The power of
many.
Um,
I will
I
always
did-
remember that though. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
it's catchy.
Yeah, thank you. It's interesting because I really did like the lightsaber fight. The
Yeah.
big
So
duel in
good.
episode 4. And I love that they did also try something new with like, okay, this special kind of metal, which is like legend stuff, but it shuts down lightsabers. Like that is
Mhm.
a cool and terrifying thing that we haven't seen before, and I'm like, that's so fun and interesting. And then I feel like
when
that
you
was
watch
the
that
height of the
scene
show.
in the show, your jaw drops. You go,
Yeah.
people can do that? Wait a
Yeah.
second. What's happening?
Yeah. You're like,
it's
why
really
isn't Darth
exciting.
Vader's suit made completely out of that? So he's just
Exactly.
indestructible.
Yeah. It's really rare. It's really rare. But
But
it does make me like,
they
I think
only
that's
can build 2 Death Stars in a couple of years. It's no big deal.
that is something that I struggled with the Acolyte, kind of like you, Joey, that it's like the more I think on it, the stuff I don't like. When I'm there, episode 4, I'm like, I'm enjoying this. This is good, fun Star Wars. But then it's like, okay, what's her name? Osha is the
Yeah.
main
Yeah.
character.
This stupid droid.
Then she just had friends. She was just friends with all these people. Like some of them went to like the academy together, and some like she like met and was like connecting with. They all got wiped out, and she doesn't even mention them again. Nobody
Yeah.
mentions them. Like her 5 friends that just got murdered, and then she was like, actually, the guy who murdered them, maybe I'll go with him.
He's got a
And
good
then
point.
and then she goes against like her master at the end for the master kind of defending himself against her then mother that she never knew, and just like, but then
Very
he's like, no,
convoluted
you
and
have to
weird.
die because you killed my mother. It's like, well, you didn't seem to care about when people killed your loved ones, as you're saying next to the guy who just murked 5 of your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's that stuff that I'm like,
It's
what is
like
going
it
on?
makes sense. Like they're riding the emotional high. Like, oh, then he's gonna fight her old master, and it's gonna be so sweet. But when you stop and think about it, you're like, but does that make sense? Like, why would she do that if she just watched this and just like? I get what
Yeah.
you're saying. It's like every scene was only thought about for the sake of the scene.
In
Like,
the
oh, this
moment.
would be really
Yeah.
cool if this happened.
Yeah.
But as a whole, you look at it and you go, well, that doesn't make sense because the motivations of the character, they wouldn't do that or like a real person wouldn't do that. And I know it's fantasy, but I feel like the best stories have some type of believability, and like you can relate to the person.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
I get their motivations. I know why they're doing this because this, and this happened, and I would feel the same way. Like I would totally go down
Mhm.
that path. But it was all
Anakin's fall. Yeah, Anakin's fall to the dark side makes sense to all of us because we can appeal to his desire for his most beloved person not dying. If he can control her staying forever, and then with the added context of his mother dying in his arms, that he wasn't powerful enough to save her, that adds real meaning to the character. And when he does turn against his master, it makes sense. It's not just a flippant one-off like, I'm mad at you, Obi-Wan. Like, it all builds up in a really meaningful way.
Yeah, that's so
You
true.
turned her against me.
You
I've been
have done
reading
that
rereading the
yourself.
Secret History of Star Wars, and man, there's so many
Oh.
revisions and stuff in there. It's such a good book, and if you do the audiobook, the voices are incredible. It's so good.
Well, that's the guy that does like George Lucas impressions.
I think it
Right?
is him. Yeah, it was like Joseph Robert Thompson or something like that.
Yeah.
He's got a really good George Lucas voice, and a few others as well, actually, that are pretty spot on.
He does those like fake like Collider like ads for
Where
like,
you're like,
what's this?
and they
Let's
put
watch
the
this movie.
like the mask on him, and they put like AI to change his face, but he's just sitting in there in like a cab. He's like, oh, I'm George Lucas.
Yeah.
It's just so funny. He's like talking to people. He's like, well,
The
you know, I'm
robots.
Star Wars.
That's the thing. That guy knows George Lucas so well. He like knows what he mispronounces. A
Yeah, and his
lot, you know?
mannerisms.
That's crazy.
It's
Like
so
like
fun.
George Lucas, like behind the scenes stuff, like he says Gungan all the time.
Gungan. He's a Gungan.
It's like, well, you wrote the word, isn't it Gungan? Because they say Gungan in the movies, like Gungan, the Gungans,
Gungan.
you know.
Hoth. Like go to Hoth.
Go to Hoth.
Which there's rumor we're going to be in Hoth in Mandalorian Grogu. They're all
That's-
saying that's the snow planet. Not
Yeah.
going to do a new one. They're going to go back to the basics.
To me, that's another thing too. I'm like, all the stuff that I've seen is like, I don't care. I'm pumped to go see it. But it's like they have not shown me why I'm excited. If I just heard, here's the thing why I'm pumped. A Mandalorian movie, Star Wars is back in theaters, Jon Favreau is directing. That's all I
Sign
need.
me up. Sign me
Like
up.
I'm good, but just like
Yep.
the trailers are like, especially
Okay.
that Super Bowl ad.
Okay, but that's
Are
I'm glad
really
you brought
hurting
that
me.
up
That one got you
because
really mad.
Here's my point with all that. What I keep thinking, and I agree with you, Heath, that I thought that was the stupidest thing ever, but you're still talking about it.
That's
So
true.
as long as marketing is concerned, people are talking about it, positive or negative, it's bringing attention to the brand.
Very true.
Most people who watched it still probably have no idea there's a movie. They don't even know who Mandalorian is, like whatever. But people are talking about it. And I don't think that was maybe what they were going for. They hoped for a more
No.
positive response. But at the same time, people are talking about it. And I think that it's building up some type of publicity.
I think they wanted the masses, the non-Star Wars fans, to watch that and go, "Oh, I love Baby Yoda. I'll go see
Yeah.
that." I think that's
love
what they
Baby
want.
Yoda. I love. Oh, it's funny because it's like the Clydesdale commercial. It's so cool.
Yeah.
And then Star Wars is back, but they just didn't do enough.
It should have
was-
just been a collab. It should have been a Budweiser collab.
Oh, sure,
exactly.
yeah.
As a
That would've
fan,
been better.
it was disappointing. But if you were a non-fan, it would have been an epic beer commercial. Like it really would have
Okay.
been a cool beer commercial. 100%.
And what should the beer have been?
Yingling.
No. Cerveza Cristal.
Oh, you're right.
That's right. Oh my gosh, can you imagine?
I think
Oh, that'd been
if they
perfect.
did
go
that,
back
and
to
then all of a
Hoth.
sudden it's like they reach in with cooler and it's Cerveza Cristal. Oh, people would lose their
that joke would
mind.
probably be for about 5% of Star Wars
Yeah.
fans.
The
Like,
three
we're
of
talking
us would laugh.
Yeah. I think if they go back to Hoth, I'll be happy and pleased if I can just see a couple Wampas.
Yeah.
I want to
that'd be
see some
great.
Wampas.
All right. I'd love to
Wampas.
transition to the next movie that we have coming out, which this is to me crazy that we have so many movies that were in pre-production, whatever. But then now we have a movie in theaters and we have another movie coming out next year that's already been shot. So it's like, this is also not just, I think there's going to be another movie. It's like, it's shot. So The Starfighter with Ryan Gosling, Maya Goth, directed by Sean Levy, Deadpool and Wolverine. Also, another exciting thing. And I think I'm probably more excited about that, but it's just because, like I said, I think coming off of season 3 of Mando, and I'm excited for new characters, new stories. This is supposed to be after The Rise of Skywalker, I believe, which it's not like we've seen the movie or anything official. So, but yeah, most future in Star Wars would be really exciting. So we don't have a ton to go on, but do you guys have any thoughts on that?
You're really pumped about it, like just everything you know so far, like generally positive. So obviously with Ryan Gosling, I'm like, okay, I hope it's. I feel like he's being typecast because Project Hail Mary.
Yeah.
And then this, I'm like, oh man, he's just gonna be a scientist and a pilot for things like that's his life. But my one concern, and I'm also excited, like all these things, these little criticisms I have are all like from a place of love, and I really want Star Wars to do well, and I'm open to new ideas. But my concern is the child actor, because name me one other Star Wars movie that had a child actor that was well received when it was released.
I'm a
Like
person and my name is Anakin.
Anakin, okay? Exactly. I love episode 1. I think, Andrew, that might be your favorite as well due to Qui-Gon Jinn. And I love episode 1. I will rewatch it. It might be my favorite between that and Return of the Jedi. I just love them so much just for nostalgic reasons. They're not the best movies, but I love them the most. But I just worry that a child actor as one of the lead roles in a Star Wars film, I just don't know. I'm concerned how that's going to do or how people are going to receive that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my first reaction to that is that we have come a long, long way from the days of the Goonies and the days of Jurassic Park and Phantom Menace with child actors. So they have a capacity. I think now that the art of acting is such an endeavor for young people that truly talented and well trained child actors exist. If anyone is going to find them, it's going to be HBO and it's going to be Disney. Star Wars mostly, right? HBO did that with, I think I mentioned this a few episodes ago. HBO found incredible child actors, multiple of them, for the Welcome to Derry series. Some of the best horror acting that I've ever seen. So they have, I think, there is a base. There's a pool of really good child actors.
And
that
is
you
this
can
where I
tap
can
into.
talk about Night of the Seven Kingdoms with
And
Egg?
yes, and Egg,
Perfect.
a great actor.
Egg? Egg?
What?
Egg?
Her? Sometimes
you
she'll eat a
Ann?
hard boiled egg and
Yeah.
she'll bite it and then she'll squirt mayonnaise in her
Or
mouth.
mayonnaise,
She'll
and
go
it's so
num
cute,
num,
like,
and then she'll go and she'll
Gross.
call it a man egg. Isn't that funny? Are you familiar with Arrested
I
Development,
guess
Andrew?
no. I watched like one season.
Oh, Andrew, come on. That would
Watch-
be right up your
sorry.
alley. I don't know you
Watch
very
the
well,
first
but I
three
feel like
many,
from
many
all the
times.
things you like, you would really
Okay.
like that.
He hates The Office.
I do.
Oh, gosh. I'll forgive you.
I would
Hey,
say
well-
Arrested Development is a way better written show.
Way different than The Office. It's not the
Okay.
same humor at all.
The first
It is
season of Arrested Development is way better than the first season of The Office. I know that for sure.
Okay,
Yes.
well, it is going to. The first season of The Office was the worst. I'll give you that. But Arrested Development is very highbrow. Like, you have to pay attention. It's really funny, but if you don't pay attention, you watch it in the background, you're gonna think it's kind of weird. But the cast is phenomenal, and if you pay attention, there's so many callbacks to other episodes. By the time you get to season 3, it's like every scene there's something absolutely ridiculous happening, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're doing this. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's some great TV. It's more, I would say, more in the line of like a Community, just like a very well written comedy, not just like, kind of, I don't know. I got so tired of like the Will Ferrell ad lib stuff. Like, how can they put a joke here? Just like actual written comedy. It's like very funny to me.
So anyway,
back
child
to,
actors.
Back to child actors.
Great.
That gives me
So,
hope. You're right. There
I
are
think
good
that can-
child actors now. I have seen them. I don't know. The lead of a Star Wars, again, a totally new direction. If Mandalorian Grogu is amazing, which I hope it is, Then we have a totally different movie coming out next year, almost to the day, 1 year is when it's planned. And it's going to be a totally different concept with a child actor. And what if it's not as good? Then everyone's going to be like,
What if we get a teaser for the Starfighter at the end of Mandalorian and Grogu?
Hey, that'd be cool.
Ooh. Now, it's supposed to be way far in the future, though, right? Like after
Correct. It wouldn't be
after
connected.
season 9.
But just
or
like a
episode-
teaser trailer before the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, Sean Levy has a history of great projects. No one is immune to joining a franchise and making a bad movie. Shout out David Fincher. So that could happen.
You
But
said David Fincher, and
us-
all I could think about is Alien 3. So
I think it's the only movie he's directed.
I'm pretty sure.
So I think we have good reason to be excited. Good director, great actor. Ryan Gosling is in one of my favorite sci-fi movies of all time, Blade Runner 2049, and he does incredible. He's a charming, he's a talented actor. So I think that you could do that. If he's a Han Solo type, then I'll be happy. If he's like
Yeah.
kind of this gruff, dirty, I don't care about you, get away from me kind of guy, which is very him, then I think I'll be happy with his character. But I'm interested to see how far Star Wars can continually play this rough, gruff, detached adult meets cute child character trope. Because over the last, I couldn't even tell you how many years, 10 years, it feels like 3/4 of Star Wars projects are rough, gruff, detached adult character meets cutesy child. Skeleton Crew. Tales of the Empire a little bit, like some of the Visions stuff. The Bad Batch is that. Mandalorian and Grogu is that.
What if they
So
use
how
the total
often
opposite,
can
and
we
the kid's
repeat
like,
this?
I don't need you, and then he's like, no, but you're so cute and you need help, and they totally reverse the script. It's
Yeah,
like, no.
yeah. They have the man pursuing the young child.
pursuing
Yeah,
the young
that sounds
child.
like a
What could go
great
wrong?
story.
What could
Oh,
go
no.
wrong?
That sounds
you imagine?
perfect.
That sounds perfect. All right,
In
let's
the-
get it
in the
post.
writer's
Let's go.
room?
Let's do it.
So an adult man is following around this 10-year-old boy, and they're like,
And he's
stop,
like, please
stop.
join
You're
me.
like, but he looks
let
13.
me take you to the
He
stars.
looks 13. Okay.
Terrible.
Well, also, why is he opening the starship like a van door? Like it's just
Yeah.
sliding open like that,
It says free
one-handed.
candy
That's,
on the side.
that's weird, right?
so weird.
That's odd.
Yeah. could
Also,
be,
something I'm
pretty
really
cool.
excited about with Starfighter is they have acknowledged that there's a lightsaber fight in that movie.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Now, did I hear something about Mark Hamill on
I-
set for that, or there was
I'm
some
not sure.
actor? I don't think it was
Oh,
Mark
so
Hamill.
here, I'll say what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise was
Yes,
visiting the
thank
set,
you. Why did I think Mark Hamill? Jeez, oh Pete.
and he reportedly shot some footage. Like
Yeah,
it was
cool.
like it's this cool shot you can see online of him holding the camera in like shin like deep water, and he's like shooting. So like you never know like what's shown. Did he? But it's just kind of like the fact that he showed up, was excited, and wanted to be like, hey, give me a camera. Like I want to like let's collaborate on like how we could do a cool lightsaber
Yeah.
fight.
Dude, Tom Cruise is a movie lover. He is
Yeah.
devoted to movies.
He
Yeah.
is one of the few like actual movie stars left. You know, like he is in
Yeah.
it. He loves it. He's like Harrison Ford, but he's not 80. Although he's up there. He just
Well,
loves movies
he's
and
old.
loves working, and
And
he understands
yeah.
it.
I love Harrison Ford, but I do feel like he is an actor. He loves acting, which is what we need. But I enjoy someone like Tom Cruise who loves movies. Like you said, I mean,
Mhm.
like Harrison Ford, I don't think wants to talk about. I think he's gotten a lot better, honestly, in his old age. But he does not want
Mhm.
to talk about Indiana Jones. I think Tom Cruise would totally sit down and talk about Indiana Jones with you, you know, or like
Yeah.
any of his projects, of course. And then the fact that
Mhm.
he's like loves the art of it, you know, and
Yeah, there's this weird thing where like the actors who do the art form exclusively don't watch their movies, and then they feel disconnected when they encounter fans of their movies. And they go, in this one scene, when you did this one thing, what did that mean to you? Well, they ask them really deep, interesting questions about the
Yeah.
character in that one scene. And the guy who is just doing the art form is like, whatever you think. That sounds cool.
He's
And
like,
Tom Cruise is
they
like,
paid me
oh
$10
no,
million.
I watched my movie last week. I know exactly what you're talking about. That was really
Yeah.
well shot. This is who the cinematographer was. I loved working with him, and this is what we wanted to convey with that scene. I'm putting those words into fake Tom Cruise's mouth, but that's
Yeah.
the vibe that I get from Tom Cruise. He seems really cool.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I just the fact that other people are showing up being excited. We're getting another Star
Yeah.
Wars movie, and it's going to be something very different too. It's not in this Mandalorian kind of Filoni verse thing, which that's the
There was
What?
also supposed to be that other Star Wars movie, the untitled one, but it was supposed to be like the New Jedi Order before the Starfighter, and then that still hasn't really gotten any legs,
Yeah.
and they got pushed back. And it's slated for the end of 2017. There'd be 2 films in
2017.
2027. There'd be 2 films in 2027, which would
Yeah,
be
I don't think
that's not going to happen. No
it's not
way.
going to
No.
happen. And I think, and there's also rumor. I mean, the plan was this was also announced that we're going to get Ahsoka season 2. We're going to get, I can't remember what else would be, but that it'd be all connected and kind of doing this, the Thrawn, kind of pseudo Thrawn trilogy that we never really got.
What do you
in
think
the
of
current
Ahsoka?
movies.
Or are we not there yet?
No, yeah, we can.
Oh.
Let's wrap up. So I think we're done with Starfighter, and I'd love to kind of jump into the show. So finishing this movie talk, I think this is the smart thing, but they're doing kind of a wait and see with Mando, and just like, hey, is Mando crushes? We're gonna get another Mando movie, maybe a Mando Ahsoka mashup movie. But if Mando doesn't do good, I don't think we're gonna see that. So
And then might go back to the silver screen or whatever. No,
Yeah.
silver screens and movies. I'm sorry, whatever.
The
is
streaming screen.
streaming
Yeah.
screen, your plasma screen TV.
Oh, there you go.
I really do want there to be more shows, but if it does really well, they're probably going to be like, nope, it's going to be a movie every 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I'm excited for Ahsoka. I really enjoyed it, despite it being a really clear copy of Treasure Planet. Treasure Planet's a great movie. So
What?
I think that
I'm sorry, I haven't
You've
heard
never
this.
heard-
What are you saying?
you've not heard that.
You're saying Ahsoka, season 1 of Ahsoka is a carbon copy of Treasure Planet?
Absolutely, yeah.
What?
Like rewatch Treasure Planet and then rewatch season 1 of Ahsoka, and all of the major plot points are the same for Treasure Planet as they are for Ahsoka, even down to
Get out of here.
a golden orb that you place onto a special thing in a cliff, and it opens up a star map of where you're gonna go.
It's like Avatar and Pocahontas.
Exactly. Yes.
well, I was gonna say I have not. So shame on me, but I have not seen Treasure Planet.
What?
Oh.
I feel like that's
How
a huge
close-
movie.
I know. It's like on my list. I'm like, my kids are still a little young, but that would totally be a like family movie night.
Yeah.
How close is that to the original like Treasure Island, or are you saying like
it's tastefully similar, as it is a swashbuckling adventure that a young man gets swept up. He's looking for belonging and adventure. He gets swept up into a pirate crew, not necessarily a pirate crew, but like a merchant crew to go and explore the world, space in Treasure Planet, and the subsequent, what's the word? Revelations, like things start popping up. He starts realizing that there are pirates around the merchant crew, and everything kind of starts to fall apart, and a grander story about the mysterious treasure planet where this like ancient pirate hid all of his treasure starts to unfold. He discovers he has the map that they've been looking for, and yeah, also the map being handed off by a dead or dying merchant to the person who holds it happens in Ahsoka, happens in Treasure Planet.
I think we need like a beat for beat playback.
Okay. Yeah, I think you need to show scene for scene and like set up pictures.
Right.
This is what happens. this is what happens
Next
with time
episode,
skip.
I'll give you a breakdown of
but I
Treasure
believe
Planet
you.
and Ahsoka.
The weird thing is that Ahsoka season 2 was basically Ahsoka season 1 was like Rebels like continuation. So they already had all these plot points that they needed to like bring up and try to put it, get everything together, which I don't think that was a wise move, but whatever. And they did that. So you're saying like the end of Rebels basically led into Treasure Planet, or they just happened to use that as a guide to say, well, we need to do all these things, and this movie did it really well, so why don't we just copy this?
Yeah, I don't know what the writing room looks like. I think that there's definite inspiration, strong
Just like
inspiration.
nothing new under the sun, It's like everything's been
Yeah,
done before.
like
Always.
there are only like 27 different types of stories to tell, or whatever the number is, and we all just like mix and match them in new and interesting ways. And that's what we've always done, The SpongeBob SquarePants movie with David Hasselhoff in it, that's the Odyssey.
It is the Odyssey.
It is.
Speaking of
So-
the Odyssey,
Yeah,
this
summer.
Star Wars.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I'm excited about Ahsoka season 2. I think it'll be good. I am pumped that they are keeping with Balin. Was that his name? The mysterious.
The guy that
Yeah,
died.
I'm glad that they're keeping with his character and just recasting him instead of doing some sort of weird
Yep.
AI thing with deep fakes. I think that's good.
And honestly, I'm glad they're not just cutting off that character, because I could have seen
Yeah.
that being like, he's gone now, we're just going to not tell his story, because that was kind of a walk into the sunset kind of end for him. Because you could say like he saw, I mean, we're going deep Star Wars lore, but then like he saw like the father and
Yeah.
the statue, and you could be like, oh, then he became one with the Force and just went that way. That could be
Yeah.
very easily a tie-off point. So the fact we're getting him still is really cool.
Yeah, they want to finish that storyline for sure, and I love it. I thought Ahsoka was very entertaining. I also love all the animated Star Wars. I just love them. I think they're great, and having basically all these story plots from Rebels finally seeing some type of wrap up was pretty cool for me. So I really hope they do complete season 2 of Ahsoka and make Thrawn into something really, really cool. And I just don't know where they're going to tie it up with the rest of the story, because we have season 2 and then we have Mandalorian and Grogu, and it's like, are they going to intertwine? If Mandalorian and Grogu is no longer a TV show, then is it going to be 2 seasons of Ahsoka and then an Ahsoka Mando movie? Like, okay, but there's so much that they left. Like, it was a very cool story, and I liked that they, like, the planet was at Peridia or something like that. And it's like off the maps. They have to use hyperspace whales for transport. It was so cool. Now they're back. Thrawn's back, and I'm like, okay, this is a giant piece of story potential, and there's zero mentions in the sequel trilogy of any of this stuff happening. So we know Thrawn's got to go between what happens in season 1 and the beginning of Rise of Skywalker. We know that's got to go. So how are they going to do that? I don't know. I feel like they have so much potential there. I just don't want them to treat it like an animated show and try to wrap up, because I love their animated shows and I want them to make really good animated shows and really good live action. I don't want them to say this live action is a continuation of this animated, because I think it gets too convoluted, and then you get people who won't watch the animated because they're like, that's a cartoon, I don't want to see that, and they miss out on a lot. But then they watch this live action and go, I don't like it, I'm confused, I don't know who this person is. And I think it really misses the mark in that regard.
Yeah, that is a hard thing to balance. I will also like to add that there are space whales in Treasure Planet.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yeah.
There's literally a space whale.
There's a whole pod of space whales that they encounter, yeah.
Do they travel at light speed?
I don't think so.
No. Goodness.
Oh, so they invented something. That's
yeah.
good.
Something new.
I also want to point out that Ahsoka was in season 2 of Mando. I totally forgot that episode was in season 2.
That's a great one. Yeah.
Once again,
episode,
like season 2 is perfect. I'm like, every episode is a banger that's unique. Like, Ahsoka doesn't need to be in season 2, but she is, and it's amazing. And then like Mando squares off against the guy from Aliens. What's his name? Michael Hicks. What's his name, Andrew? Come on.
Oh, I forget the actor's name.
Michael
I don't have it.
Bine or something?
Michael Fassbender.
Michael something. But yeah. Hicks, Corporal Hicks.
Michael Bryan.
Bine, Biehn.
Bane.
Be-
Bine?
Bane.
Bean.
Well, Bane.
Whatever.
We'll give him,
Michael.
we'll go Bane. Bane sounds
Bane.
cool.
Nice.
Michael Bane. Yeah, such a
He was
good.
the sheriff guy, right?
Yes,
The
yeah, he was a
marshal
sheriff
or
guy.
whatever for
Yeah,
the.
and then he's
Mhm.
in the original Terminator movie. He's in Aliens. Yeah, he kind of plays that same like the rebel sheriff all the whole time. But I think we should jump through just like some of the shows. I mean, we kind of touched on them before, but I do feel like what's missing in Star Wars right now is the animated flagship show, like the Clone Wars or Rebels. Bad Batch, I feel like never really quite got there, but I'm like, where is the 10 episodes a year Star Wars show that's the same thing? I know we're getting Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the Underworld, but it's like those are specials.
Mhm.
Like I was like, and also I feel like they will never do this, but like, why don't they give us a Han, Luke, and Leia show? Like just
That's animated, yeah.
Like what
Just do
happened
it.
after episode 6?
yeah,
I
or
think
in
if
between
Maul-
episode 4 and 5.
right.
So
if
much.
Maul Shadow Lord does well, I think that we are close to that or something like it. I don't know if we'll ever get
Yeah.
the original trio in animated form, which would be cool. But I think Maul Shadow Lord is the like testing the waters. Can we establish an incredible show in our unique art style and build into something at a large scale? Because this is like how Maul kind of collects and boosts up his criminal empire, which could lead us in a lot of different ways. Could connect to, I think hopefully will connect to Solo as a movie because he's in the end to that one, and we never got a payoff for that. So I think that will be really cool. So watch Maul Shadow Lord, if not for the story, for Sam Witwer and for the
I love
animation
Sam.
because it's
So good.
beautiful.
Now, you said
Yeah.
a couple shows, but there's only Maul Shadow Lord is like announced, right? Like Ahsoka season 2 is in development supposedly, but there's no release date for anything besides Maul Shadow Lord, right? Unless I'm missing
Yeah,
something.
so there's Maul Shadow Lord, and then there's another like special Visions continuation. So
yeah, the
Visions-
Ninth Jedi, right? They're
yeah,
doing a
Ninth
special
Sister.
spin-off of
So
that, or
Visions Volume 3 came out last year, October 2025, and I think they're continuing a character from previous Visions volumes, telling like a more long-form story of the Ninth Sister. Again,
But, like,
cool and exciting,
yeah.
but
Well,
no,
exciting. That's not like the flagship show of Star Wars.
No.
And when we had Clone
Mhm.
Wars on, that was so cool. Like it wasn't always the same people. It was just the same era. It was like Clone Wars.
yeah.
Yes, there's an overarching story, but sometimes it's an Obi-Wan episode. Sometimes it's a Yoda episode. It was so cool.
Sometimes it's a Jar Jar episode.
Yeah,
Yes,
which
literally.
one? Maybe not Bombad Jedi.
I truly do miss the days of intro, da-da, and announcer says,
Oh, galaxy divided.
yes.
Yeah.
The announcer gets 15, 20 seconds to catch us up on what's been happening because we've
New
not seen this
friends.
character since
Old
last season.
alliances break.
Exactly. I truly miss that type of TV show. The 20 episode seasons every year where there's maybe 10 episodes that are good inside of it as far as like substantial for the story, but all of them are fun. And I think
Yeah.
those days are over. The TV series that exists to put out 25 episodes a year and they're just fun. Some would call them filler, but I wouldn't say that. That is dead. I don't think that's going to exist anymore, unfortunately. I think even animated TV shows are a tight 6 or 8 episodes.
Yeah, they just need to pick an era. Like, they don't need to pick a team
Yeah.
like Bad Batch, where the Bad Batch always has to do something. They need to pick an era, like with the Luke, Han, and Leia. Like, just pick during the original trilogy series, like, or even a little bit after, when everybody's still alive and there's 20 years wide open space. Just
Yeah.
give me some cool adventures. Like, that'd be great. Animated Jedi Temple, where Luke's rebuilding that. You got Han and Leia, like all this cool stuff you could do in Remnants of the Empire. and there's nothing really written that's considered canon anymore. There's no, oh, we have to do this and we have to keep this continuing story. It's like, just give us fun episodes, 15, 20 a year, and just make it in this era. You could have 100 episodes all in the span of 6 months on the timeline, and it would be super exciting, I bet. Just like Clone Wars, it was only a couple of years, but they had all these episodes, and some of them connected, and some were just totally random. But it was always entertaining. Even if it was a Jar Jar episode, it was like, oh,
True.
I guess we're going here. Okay.
And I do think it's hard because I think what's created, the Clone Wars is such the best option for a TV show because there's so many different things. There's so many battles. There's a lot of Jedi, but then there's like droids, but then there's like Sith remnants. Like there's a lot of interesting stuff.
Clone Commando episodes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Those are so good.
So like, yeah, it's so good. But I think, yeah, having some show, and I would love a Luke, Han, and Leia animated show. I would even care if they redid the movies. Like, we're going to show the movies and what was in between them all in like a series. Like, that would be so fun. Like, but I think even doing something new, like, okay, after this happens, we're going to follow, some characters. That seems to do the best, right? Like, following known characters. But I'm just tired of this like disjointed Star Wars thing. Like, we don't have episodes anymore. We don't have even season 2 of a lot of shows. It's just kind of like all over the place. I'm like, give me like a central story, even like a fun, lighter show that's just like taking us through Star Wars,
I'm hoping for Skeleton Crew to come back, and for, I'm going to be honest, more Acolyte.
Well, okay. With
I
what
want
they
to see
set-
Kamir.
with what they
I want
set
him back.
up, I would love to know what happens. I would like
Yeah.
it to go in a different direction and be a little better scripted, but I would be open to that coming back because of all the things they left open ended. Like they put Darth Plagueis in there. Like, that's freaking
Yeah.
sweet. Darth
It is.
Plagueis is walking around, and they have his first on-screen appearance ever, and then they cancel anything additional with that. Like, what a waste.
Well,
Yeah.
to be honest, the fans got it canceled because we're a bunch of whiny babies.
Well, of course we are.
We canceled it because it's a terrible show, Andrew. Let's not
No,
mix words
Heath.
here. It's a
No.
garbage show.
The show is not worthy of a 4 out of 10 on IMDb. That is insane.
Yeah, that's
4 out of 10 is like homemade movie. I stumbled upon this. What is happening right now? No
But
shot.
That being said, I do want a continuation of what happened, and let's just like name it something different. Like, give us like a different story, but then just continue, kind of like how Ahsoka picked up from Rebels. Like, make a different show, but then you could tie up some threads. Like, I think that's the best move and the
or
only
just
thing
give
you
us
could really
like
do at this point.
Knights of the Old Republic animated
Yeah.
or a live action. Just
Oh.
go through that story. It's such a
Yeah.
great story. And obviously there's a couple different endings depending on your choices, but that's ripe for a visual representation of it for people who
Give
don't want to play
me-
the game. Like, just do
That's
that.
my number one. I have 2 shows / movies that I want to see most from Star Wars, and that's Knights of the Old Republic, Revan, Malak story, and like a Darth Bane story. Like,
yes, dude. Darth
yeah.
Bane.
He's so
and
good.
I'm not even beholden to the books. Like, I just don't care Star Wars books as much. Like, they could break canon for the books, whatever. Like, I like the Bane books, but if like we want to redo that, but just show me a Sith who's like, there's too many of us, rule of 2 creator, and I'm gonna go take out all the other Sith. I'm like, easy. That's such a fun show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The philosophical, like the blue collar worker taps into the Force, goes to the academy, studies so hard, and learns the ways of the dark side so well that he's able to say, this is not working.
Is
I'm gonna
Red
just
Rising
destroy it.
just Darth Bane's story?
Oh. No, because
Starts
Darth
off
Bane
in
is
the
honest.
mine.
Mm-hmm.
Rises through the ranks and betrays the people that he is trained to be with, and creates a new path.
Potentially. I think,
I mean, it's no Treasure
That-
Planet to Ahsoka.
Yeah, to
season
Ahsoka.
1.
yeah. I think Darrow is a bit more ruthless. I'm sorry, I mixed that up. I think Bane is a bit more ruthless than Darrow.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, 100%.
Anyway.
Well, he's a
What
Sith.
about a young Palp, like a slice of life, young Palpatine,
Little
Dude,
Sheev.
I would watch a
Chilling with his
political
family on Coruscant or on Naboo. He's,
Naboo.
like, murdering
I'd watch a
people
political
back-
drama.
Yeah,
I'd watch
Very
a political drama about Sheev
like
Palpatine.
Andor, but young Palpatine with some
Yeah.
more
Oh.
actiony sequences. Like that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Gotham, where you'd have like the like those young
Oh yeah,
characters.
just like Gotham, where it alludes to all this stuff happening, but doesn't really show like any of the Jedi or stuff. It's just what's happening with Palpatine and Plagueis talking.
Yep.
And
How do
stuff.
they lay the groundwork for sowing distrust into the Jedi Order, into like the culture of
Yeah.
the Senate?
And then it ends eventually
Yeah.
when he kills him in his sleep. And he's like, "I'm going to tell this story one day to seduce a young man to the dark side." It's gonna be great.
It's a young man. I'm gonna be as an older man. I'm gonna pursue this young boy.
Again, I think Star Wars has a theme with what works, and we know that Starfighter's doing it wrong.
It's time to do
Yeah.
it, so it works.
The
Yeah,
fans want to
honestly-
see predatory old dudes, apparently.
The Plagueis novel, which is like a gray area if it's canon or not, because it was before. It was said to be Legends, but then the author of that book made like in canon books after the Disney purchase, and then he references stuff from that book. So there's like,
Yeah.
that's his way of saying Plagueis is canon. Is it?
Well,
I don't
also-
know.
They also put him in Acolyte as a Mun, same species, same everything. So
Right.
it's
Yeah, seems pretty legit. But then yeah, having a Darth Plagueis and Sheev, because he was alive all the way up through
a
episode
horrible name. I'm sorry.
at least
What a
episode
horrible
1. Yeah, Palps.
Palps.
Having him all the way though through episode 1 at least would be so cool. Can you imagine
Yeah.
seeing, especially like live action, seeing more things during the events of episode 1? That's like what
Yeah.
the bad guys are actually
Yeah, the
doing.
political intrigue, how
Yeah.
he manipulated Valorum to eventually set him up to fall, so he takes control. All this stuff that would be like it's like a House of Cards kind of Star Wars and/or mashup. I'd watch that. I think it'd be pretty entertaining.
Tony Gilroy, get on it.
Yeah, he is done with Star Wars. He'll never come back.
No, he won't.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think let's
Unfortunately.
wrap it up here. Anything else we want to shout out about Star Wars or excitements or dreads here?
Rogue Squadron
No.
would be an amazing movie if that would have been made.
Yeah.
I would almost rather see that than Starfighter. That's my hot take. I know nothing about it other than I feel like it would be Star Wars version of Top Gun and it'd be awesome. But it's trapped in the ether forever. It may never come to fruition.
I wonder if that's what happened too, because I think the director originally kind of fell through. But that was a weird. I just keep thinking about that too. Like literally show her getting out of a fighter jet, being like, "I'm making a Star Wars movie," you know, and then it's like fell apart, never happened. But I wonder if they've taken elements from that Rogue Squadron movie and made it into Starfighter, because Starfighter does seem to be like, okay, if Rogue Squadron was going to be Top Gun Maverick. You know, it's like, what do we do that's more? It's like, well, it's a little bit of Top Gun Maverick, but then we also want to have lightsabers in Star Wars, which seems like what we're going to get. So, like, that seems kind of like a happy connection between the two. So, boom. Well, great talking about Star Wars. We're tentatively excited about The Mandalorian, but Star Wars is coming back to theaters. That'll be fun. Me and Joey will be together having a Rebel Force Radio after show.
Can't wait.
Hoping to get some content from it. We'll see. But that'll be super fun. Andrew was invited, but
I was, and I said no.
yeah, he's got another
I'm going
kid
to have
on-
a young little baby.
yeah,
Yes.
like what, 2-month-old at that point?
Less, maybe,
Like,
depending.
6 weeks somewhere.
Yeah,
We'll
probably.
find out. But I asked, I was like, you wouldn't be able to. And it's like, he
I was like,
laughs like, no.
You got a lot going on. I just want to ask. I don't want to be rude. You want to go?
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, Joey, thanks for being on.
Thanks for having me.
Andrew, will you take us home?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. As always, you can find us on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel there. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok. Follow along on those socials for multiple reels on different movies and TV shows throughout the week. Engage with us, comment. We love to converse and have dialogue that way. And wherever you're listening to this podcast, you can find it anywhere else as well. Tell your mom, tell your friends, and share the pod. Go see a movie.
Go see a movie.
Go see a movie.